Here in Wisconsin, lake sturgeon belong to everyone, and they're revered for what they are and have been for millions of years, a tough old fish.
Yeah, a few years ago I was working at the Stockbridge registration station, and one of the locals came in, Donnie Berg, and he started telling me about how his great uncle used to fish with the Stockbridge Indians in the early 1900s. And driving home that night, I thought, man, this is really good information, good stories, and there's probably a lot more memories and stories like this out there, and somehow we have to capture this.
At another stop along the lake, a man in Carhartt overalls and a Polaris jacket beams as the DNR workers hoist a 4-foot frozen sturgeon up onto the scale. "That's my first in 12 years, the spearer proudly declares. Implicit in his statement is 12 seasons spent staring into a hole in the ice, straining to see a long, dark shadow and seeing nothing. 12 years of sitting in the dark, dangling decoys, waiting. Location also gave the new state conservation department a unique opportunity to manage the sturgeon in the Lake Winnebago system. Unlike the lake sturgeon populations in other parts of the Great Lakes watershed and Mississippi River, the Winnebago fishery was entirely within one state's borders. Any regulations Wisconsin enacted would affect the entire fishery without the need to coordinate with another state or federal agency. It was a golden opportunity, but it certainly wasn't going to be easy.
There isn't a single natural resource in the state of Wisconsin that the people wouldn't utterly destroy if they weren't curtailed. They've done so with the pine and the homing pigeon, and with every other thing that they have been unrestricted to control and to operate. If it wasn't for the control of the fishing program, there wouldn't be a darn fish left. Brayton O. Webster, Wisconsin's Superintendent of Fisheries, 1923 to 1944.
The rapid decline of all types of fish is what first drove Wisconsin's state government into the wildlife management business. Many people will tell you that the tedious nature of sturgeon spearing is just like trying to shoot a duck while looking up through a chimney.
Neil. Hey, there comes one. What's he look like? Oh, that's big enough. He looks like...
I'll get the spear.
I would say get the spear.
All right.
He's just coming. Just wait yet a little bit. Wait till he gets his head down by the decoy. Looks like about a 60-pounder or so.
All right.
Pretty nice fish, though. Let him get through a little bit further. He's coming pretty good. I think you can kick him. Go ahead, spear him. Yep. You got him.
However, it's not just the thrill of the hunt that pulls spearers out on the ice every year, trailing their shanties behind them. Sturgeon spearing is a ritual, one that many people have performed their whole lives, passed down from their parents, grandparents, and great-grandparents. And in the dead of winter, it's a terrific excuse to get outside and see what the neighbors are up to.
I'm George Schmitt from Appleton, Wisconsin. When I was young, I started carving duck decoys. When I started work, boss said to me, well, if you can carve duck decoys, carve me a sturgeon decoy. We went down to the maintenance shop and made my first sturgeon decoy. That was back in 1955. Over the years, I did a little sturgeon spearing, but basically I just kept making sturgeon decoys for the guys that were asking for them. Still making them to this day. Enjoy making them. I enjoy donating them. I donate 12, 15 to Sturgeon For Tomorrow chapters around, and even the one in Michigan. Last year I made 67 of them. The year before, I think about 65. It's supposed to be hobby. You know how that goes.
The Menominee fish dance goes back thousands of years. The Menominee first gave thanks to Matchuatuk, the Great Spirit, for the gift of the sacred sturgeon right after creation. Sturgeon give us nourishment, they give us medicines. The Menominee spiritual and cultural connection to the sturgeon was so great that the Menominee made a special dance for the sturgeon called fish dance. It's done by the male members of the Menominee tribe, accompanied by a drum. In honoring the sturgeons, we mimic the movements of the sturgeon as it goes up the river to spawn. We continue to do the fish dance today at our sturgeon feast and celebration here on the Menominee Reservation.